Listen to this. Chaos at Parkhead as Kasper Schmeichel drops a howler against Braga. Alan Brazil reckons there's something not right with Brendan Rodgers, and to top it all off, Stephen Welsh packs his bags for Motherwell. I've got all the latest on Celtic, and trust me, the last story is the one you don't want to miss. Stick with me right till the end. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 1,000 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 100 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let's have a wee chat about this one, because it's causing some proper noise. Kasper Schmeichel, the big Dane, who came to paradise with all the pedigree in the world, made a right mess of it against Braga. A long-range pop from Horta, nothing spectacular, nothing Calmac hasn't seen a million times before, and somehow it sneaks past him like a pint glass, sliding across a wet table. You're sat there thinking, did the ball dip? Did it swerve? Did it do something outrageous? Nah, not really. It was just a howler, straight up. Now, I'll give you this. Kasper's been decent for the hoops since Brendan brought him in. Solid enough, plenty of presence between the sticks, and you can tell he's a leader. But in that moment, he looked more like he was queuing for a Greg steak bake than defending the Celtic goal. Pat Bonner, a man who knows a thing or two about goalkeeping at Parkhead, didn't hold back. Big Packy said it plain. Keeper's mistake all day long. From that distance, you've got to keep your balance, keep your eyes fixed, and deal with it. No excuses. Joe Hart, bless him, tried to soften it on TNT, but even he couldn't hide it. Said it was a great strike. But you could see it in his face. He knew his mate had messed up. The strangest bit? Schmeichel's decision-making with his hands. Instead of going with his left, the natural option, he went with his right. It was like watching somebody try to eat soup with a fork. Baffling. Left himself overstretched, couldn't get there, and boom, Braga take the lead at Paradise. That's not what you'd expect from a keeper with his experience, not on a European night. And look, I'm not daft. Every keeper's got a mistake in them, even the greats. But with the atmosphere around the club just now, with Brendan trying to steady the ship, with folk already questioning the board and the ambition, the last thing Celtic needed was a high-profile error from a supposed safe pair of hands. You can bet your life the Rangers lot are laughing it up, but let's be honest, they've had more keepers spilling shots than I've had pints on a cold Friday in the Barras, so they can pipe down. What worries me isn't just the goal, though. His distribution was miles off all night. Misplaced passes left, right, and center. You can't be giving away possession like that in Europe. That's how you invite trouble, and Celtic found themselves under the cosh far too often. Now folk are starting to ask, is his starting spot safe? Motherwell are rolling into town on Sunday, and Brendan's got a decision to make. Do you keep faith in Kasper, hoping it's a one-off, or do you make a bold move and shake things up? I'll tell you this, Paradise isn't a place where you can afford to carry mistakes for long. The Green Brigade won't forget that clangor in a hurry. But here's the question for you, and I want you to be honest. If Schmeichel keeps making these daft mistakes, would you drop him? Or do you still trust the big man to bounce back and be the wall we need at Paradise? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's giant laldi till we hit 1,500. Mad Celtic daffs. I'll tell you what, hearing Alan Brazil pipe up about Celtic after that Braga defeat, it's like a storm rolling over Glasgow. Everybody's got their 2 pence worth, but some of it hits harder than others. And this time, the big fella's hit a nerve. He's looking at Brendan Rodgers on the touchline and saying he looks a lonely figure. Players not playing for him, and you could feel that in Paradise the other night. It wasn't just the football on the pitch, it was the empty seats staring back at you. A European night that should have been rocking, and instead you've got rows of green plastic where the noise should have been deafening. And that tells you something's off. Now, let's be real, Brendan's not daft. He knows this isn't good enough. He's been around the block, he's had glory here before, and he's got the pedigree, but right now, the rhythm's missing, the spark's not there, and the way the players are going about it, you can almost feel they're holding something back, like they're stuck between gears. You can have all the tactical talk in the world, but if the energy's flat, Paradise will sniff it out in a second. The pressure now, it's massive. Motherwell on Sunday might look straightforward on paper, but this is no ordinary league game. With the international break coming, if Celtic don't come out flying, don't get those 3 points and a couple of goals for confidence, then that meeting on Monday with the board and the supporters is going to be explosive. Brendan needs a win, but more than that, he needs a performance that reminds everybody that Celtic's heartbeat is still strong. And I'll admit, when Alan Brazil says there's something not right at Celtic, it stings because you never want to hear that from the outside. But here's the truth, it's not just talk anymore. It's there in the empty seats, it's there in the flatness of some performances, and it's there in the way the fans are restless. But let's also not forget, I'd still rather be in our shoes than across the city. The Rangers mob will be rubbing their hands, trying to act like we're collapsing, but they've had more fool's dawns than sunny days on Sucky Hall Street. They'd love to swap places with us, European football trophies in the cabinet, and a squad that still has quality. Don't let them kid you otherwise. Let them kid you. Here's the real question though, and it's a big one for you. If you're sitting there looking at Brendan Rodgers now, do you still trust him to turn this around and lead Celtic back to glory? Or do you think the board needs to start planning for change before things get worse? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jay it loudly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. You know what? When I heard Stephen Welsh talking about his move to Motherwell, I couldn't help but nod along, because sometimes you've just got to be honest with yourself. He's a Celtic lad, through and through, he's put in his shift. But let's be real, this season, he was miles down the pecking order. You've got Carter Vickers and Liam Scales nailed on, Dane Murray pushing through, and then Brendan's added more bodies at the back, including that young lad from Manchester City. For Welsh, the writing was on the wall. And fair play to him, he didn't sit around waiting for a token run out here and there. He's 25 now, not a wee academy boy anymore, and he needs games. Motherwell was the smart choice. He's gone there, settled quickly, already impressed, and he's finally playing football every week, which is what a player at his age needs. He even admitted it himself. He knew minutes at Celtic were going to be scarce, so instead of sulking, he's gone out to prove himself. That says a lot about his character. Now, he can't play against us this weekend, and thank God for that, because you just know the football gods love throwing that kind of storyline at us. Imagine him rocking up at Parkhead in claret and amber, sticking one in from a set piece. Nah, I'll pass on that drama, thanks very much. Instead, he'll be sitting this one out while his teammates try to keep up their unbeaten league start. But let's be honest, Fir Park being unbeaten only lasts until they hit Paradise. What I do like about Welsh's move, though, is that he's gone somewhere he actually fits. He says the gaffer at Motherwell wanted him in straight away. The style suits him, and the dressing room is full of Scottish lads he already knows. That makes life easier. And he even admitted it's easier than his stint in Belgium, which is hardly surprising. Belgium's got waffles and fancy football, but nothing beats the rough and tumble of the Scottish Premiership, does it? At the end of the day, Welsh has made the right move. He wasn't going to develop sitting fifth choice at Celtic. This way he gets minutes, sharpens up, and who knows, maybe in a season or two, he's back at Paradise stronger, more experienced, and ready to push for a proper place. And if not, at least he'll have carved out a career where he's actually playing football instead of being stuck on the bench watching others do it. So here's what I'm wondering, and it's one for you to chew over. Do you think Stephen Welsh still has a long-term future at Celtic once this loan spell is done? Or has he already kicked his last ball in the hoops, hit like Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's giant laldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic duffs.